this is gonna be a reaction piece. We're just gonna do something. It says YouTuber D'Angelo Wallace exposes Cody Ko for having a fun time with Tana Mongeau when she was a minor and he was 25. What?
That you, one of the largest commentary creators on YouTube, knowingly committed a crime against her when she was a minor. But YouTubers and viewers alike are ignoring and discrediting these allegations solely because the person making them happens to be an unlikable woman online, Tana Mongeau. And you know that people are ignoring this because nobody is working harder to bury this story than you. And you're getting away with it because commentary YouTube has a serious problem. I can't blame any of your viewers or my viewers for not hearing about this because you've done such a good job hiding it up until now.
One, Twitter, I'm paying for the Twitter premium. Can we please get HD videos, Elon? Is that a thing? I don't know how hard that is in the back end to actually create, but
I only found out about it recently. The situation has been talked about.
This is a very serious, very serious video, or like allegations at least.
By smaller channels. It's been discussed at length on other platforms, and it keeps almost hitting the mainstream, like with this Rolling Stone article or this H3 podcast discussion. But the reason it hasn't caught on yet, despite all of this, is that none of your friends, nobody on your level, nobody in the commentary niche with enough pull is willing to admit that this situation makes you look terrible.
A lot of people like him a lot, and they really are like doing any kind of mental
So
gymnastics.
the issue is
just
the guy
ignore it.
is super
I'm not here to
likable
accuse you
and
of committing
the
a
girl
crime in this
is
video because I can't do that based on
people
someone
are
else's
like,
allegations. Nobody can
bring a guy
definitively
down?
take these allegations as proof, but at the same time, they should still be looked at and not treated as an open secret and swept under the rug like you've been doing for so many years now. And from the way the situation keeps popping up more and more often, it's clear that there's only so much rug sweeping you can do before people start taking a closer look at things. So let's take a closer look. We both know that Tana Mongeau is a YouTube personality with a history of lies, controversy, and genuinely problematic behavior that's become so entangled with her brand that her podcast is called Cancelled with Tana Mongeau. And speaking of this podcast, about a month ago, she hosted a live episode in front of an audience, and the conversation turned to you. This clip started making the rounds, and people were understandably perturbed, because if Tana Mongeau was 17, you would have been 25. So people started speculating, and Tana decided to set the record straight.
I hooked up with Cody Ko when I was 17 and he was 25.
She claims that not only were you fully aware of her age at the time, but someone even tried to stop you, and you went ahead anyway.
There was a situation with Gabby Hanna at a playlist live where she pulled him aside and told him that he's 17, and then we still went and hooked up.
To be clear, 17 is under the age of consent in many states.
Yeah, okay, hold on. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I cannot believe I'm about to say this. Because if he knowingly is 17, there's no way in hell that it's okay. Like, bro, you can't. You gotta wait a few months, at least 12 months, wait. But in this case, it seems like she was kind of being a little, I don't want to say provocative or the one forcing it, but she was on board. And just because she's on board to do a crime doesn't mean that a crime is less of a crime. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to get at. Like, I'm super aware of that. But I could see why this is a little messy.
It's including Florida, where Playlist Live used to take place. So this means that Tana Mongeau is accusing you of statutory rape, and she's not trying to hide that.
This isn't just some crazy tea. It was a crime.
Nothing would make this situation better, but plenty of things make it worse, like the fact that she was a fan of yours at the time, adding an additional layer to the power dynamic you would have had over her.
I grew up loving him, and I think you know what I mean? Like, I was just, like, excited and a fan.
Tana seems to have many feelings about this, which we'll go over a bit later, but she stated very clearly that the actions she's accusing you of are inexcusable.
If I had a 17-year-old daughter or a little sister or something, like, I would kill. I would never let it fly.
These recent allegations are bad enough on their own, but there are a couple of things that make them worse still.
It's definitely, like, once more, it's one of those things that's like, if you know the girl's 17, there's absolutely in hell no way you could pull the trigger on it. Even if she is the one trying to force it down your throat and trying to play and do that, can't do it.
Still,
no way.
Things that many people don't know yet, but you do. You know that Tana has been making this same specific claim against you for years now. Here she is back in 21 saying the same thing. But what lends the most credibility to Tana's claims, and what is really the most damning thing for you, Cody, is a clip that you might not have even seen yet. See, I read the Rolling Stone article, I watched the YouTube videos about this, and they all missed something. And I understand why. The clip I'm about to show you is extremely hard to find. The original has been lost to time, time, and it's a wonder we have this on video at all. But if there was anything to give me any more clarity about these allegations before I formed my opinion, I was going to find it. Remember how Tana said that fellow YouTuber Gabby Hanna tried to stop you before everything allegedly went down? Well, did you know that Gabby...
I don't know who this is. I gotta figure out who this is. You, my friend? Well,
Gabby is actually on record telling the exact same story several years ago.
One time, I told a guy, I saw him making out with a girl at a party who was underage, and I pulled him aside, and I was like, hey, man, you probably don't know. I know she, like, looks a little older. She's underage. Watch it. And he was like, oh, my God, thank you for telling me. And then he...
This is really bad. People make accusations all the time, specifically regarding things that are very difficult to prove or disprove, unfortunate as that
you can't take the bait.
That may be. But when somebody makes an allegation and they say they have a witness, and that witness can be found telling the exact same story years before any of this came out, that's not something I can just ignore. In a situation that cannot be proven, corroboration by a third party goes a long way. And frankly, Cody, the allegations against you seem to have been corroborated. But instead of researching to find these answers like I did, many of your fans seem far more interested in attacking your accuser.
I have seen so many comments, but what was she wearing? It's Tana, so who cares? Well, it's Tana Mongeau.
Yeah, see that, and that's the issue. This guy is seemingly likable, at least online, and the chick is not. Hey, the heck? My shit just died? I think my mouse just died. Charge that shit right on up.
The reaction to this has been unsurprising but incredibly disappointing, demanding proof that they know she can't provide, acting like she's only doing this to gain clout or ruin you somehow, despite the fact that she's never once put your name in a video title over this. Or worst of all, implying that a 17-year-old could have truly consented to any of this. But let's be clear about one thing.
That's the thing, is that at a young age, you're so impressionable. You see somebody who you're watching their videos, you really like. You probably think, I don't want to say that they're God, but you probably think that they're fucking God and that they would do nothing wrong to you, because how could this perfect person online do something so terrible to you?
Retroactive age calculations or what-if scenarios change the fact that what Tana described would be, objectively speaking, a crime.
Yeah. I mean, whoever did this video, very good job. I don't know who this Cody guy is, but brother, you might find yourself in some hot water real soon, because that what you did is a little unacceptable. You can't do that. Once you know somebody, even if they're 17, they're all on you. Wait 18 months, or not 18 months, 12 months at least. Wait. At least when you know they're jailbait, someone comes up and says, "Yo, they're jailbait." I know they looked a little overdeveloped. You cannot take the bait.